So let me give you a hypothetical situation. I want to see how you're going to answer it. How would you react to it? What would you do if you were given that situation? So let's just say you have a mother that's 80 years old. So that it's a family of 3. The grandmother is in her 80s. She has Alzheimer's and she's in China, living by herself with a maid. And then you have the mother. The mother is 57 years old. She has a green card. She lives in the United States with her son, who is 24 years old, or is going to be 24 years old this year. The mother is working in the same industry that we're working in.
Oh, cool. This is all hypothetical, right? You don't know this person?
Yes, I do know this person. But
you do know this person? Oh, okay.
It's a pretty tough situation.
Oh, okay.
The mother's getting worse. The grandmother, the 80-year-old grandmother, is getting worse and worse every single day. The mother went back to China for 2 months, 2 to 3 months, I think, to visit the grandmother with Alzheimer's.
I mean, it's not exactly a vacation, but continue.
Given that the son, 24 years old, also has a green card, wasn't born in the United States, was born in China, has a minimum wage paying job, is probably the only one with a job right now because the mother, a 57-year-old, just lost her job too. I'm not sure. The only situation I'm not sure about or what's happening is whether she lost her job being laid off or she quit.
So you don't know what happened with her?
Yeah, I just know she doesn't have a job right now. So she has no work. She wants to bring her 80-year-old grandmother, the grandmother, back to the United States. She doesn't have a visa. It's probably really hard to get her hair. And they pretty much have to get covered California. And on our channel, we always preach about starting a business, working side hustles. If you're given this situation, let's just say you're the mother. You're not the 24-year-old. Say you're the mother. How would you handle the situation? Or what would you do in this situation?
If I was the mother?
Yes, the 57-year-old mother.
Oh, man. I mean, there's so many avenues to it. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer to that. But for me personally, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the only thing I do know is that when you have a grave illness, let's say, cancer, or this person has Alzheimer's, the best thing is to go to the United States and get it taken care of. For maintenance and health wise, I would go outside of the US because it's much better that way. But again, if it's something serious and worth taking note of, like in this case Alzheimer's, then yeah, I would bring my mother here in the US. So,
but let's just say you don't speak a lick of it. Well, you do speak English because you do have a green card. You don't speak it well. You can't really find a good paying job. You have no job right now. How are you going to take care of your 80-year-old mother with Alzheimer's, who also isn't a U.S. citizen, and neither are you a U.S. citizen because you still have your green card along with your son. How are you going to legally bring her here?
Just to preface it, I'm not a lawyer. I mean, yeah, that's a tough situation. I would do something that a lot of Filipinos do, and I'm not going to disclose that because I don't want the viewers to do something illegal. But there are ways around it where you can essentially, quote unquote, hack the system. First and foremost, bring the grandmother to the US and get her the care she needs.
So you would bring the grandmother in. So you would bring the grandmother to the United States.
Yeah. I'm not condoning anything in a criminal or illegal manner. She can be here as a tourist.
I know. We all know what you can do. Yeah.
So yeah. I'm not condoning anything.
You know what Trump would have done, right?
Oh yeah. That's just like
it's a really tough situation. I said. I mean, when I heard about this, I wouldn't have brought her here because of, well, you need medical insurance. And if you don't have medical insurance, she doesn't have enough money. That's one thing. That's why I wouldn't bring her here. But, you know, it's such a difficult situation because I actually asked, what about the 24-year-old son? Is he okay? Because like with my personality and with your personality, I wouldn't have, if I knew this situation, I probably would have tried whatever I could do to get out of that minimum wage paying job and try to make more.
Yeah.
I don't know whether or not I would have given up a 9-to-5 job. So let's just say, if you were the mother, and you have your own personality right now. You gave up your 9-to-5. Well, you didn't technically give up your 9-to-5 job. You weren't given the opportunity to extend it.
Yeah.
You weren't given the opportunity to extend your 9-to-5 job. But if you were the mother, 57 years old, you're not able to speak English that well. You didn't go to college. Just finished high school. Just with the 24-year-old. The 24-year-old son actually didn't go to college. Just finished high school. Doesn't speak English that well. That's why he has a lower paying job. Let's just say you did have the job right now. She didn't lose her current job. It's a job in the same industry that we're in. She didn't lose that job. Would you let the company lay you off, or would you quit?
For me personally, I would take the former. Yeah. I mean, again, there's no right or wrong answer here. I mean, it's all up to the person on how they're going to deal with it. There's no judgment from my end. You know, it's whatever you do. You just gotta do what you gotta do. But I found out 2 things a long time ago. Again, not to like give you hacks, but did you know, which is really interesting, San Francisco is a sanctuary city?
For homeless people?
No, just look up sanctuary city. Second, did you hear that there's like a lot of Chinese people moving from Mexico to the US?
I didn't.
You did not.
But I know that there's a bunch of anyone trying to like move here.
So yeah. And they're getting caught. So, maybe not go that way. But again, I'm not condoning criminal activities, but they're getting caught. So, which is a trip because they would need to go from like China to Mexico and then to Mexico and then go to across the border. But yeah, it's a tough situation all around. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so you know what's even more sad? It's the fact that when she went to China, the grandmother couldn't remember her anymore.
Oh.
And when she had to come back to the United States, when she was in the airport, she received the call and the mom suddenly remembered her.
That's very sad.
So if I was given the situation, if I was the mother, the 57-year-old woman, I would go back to China. I would go back to China because given the situation with my mother, the 80-year-old woman with Alzheimer's, I would have to take care of her. And I would, if I can't find a job there, I would probably bring my son back to China. The 24-year-old. The 24-year-old is pretty lazy. I'm just giving you background into who he is. He's really lazy, doesn't want to work hard, anything, doesn't really care. Just doesn't cook, doesn't do anything. The mom drives him everywhere. It's pretty spoiled, I would say. But man,
well, in that case, yeah. You didn't give me that context, so I would. I would go to the China.
I would go back to China because I was like, well, you didn't fully take advantage of the situation. I mean, he has a green card, so all he has to do is stay here for a little longer and just probably get citizenship here. But no, he doesn't take full advantage of it. He doesn't want to further his education. He pretty much gave up on that, and he doesn't want to work any harder. And knowing that he doesn't speak English well, I think he'll do better in China. But what the mother is telling me, or what I heard, is that the son would probably do even worse because he never went to college. And in China, if you never went to college, you're most likely gonna fail.
Oh, you're done. Let me tell you that to get from the bottom to getting your green card, personally speaking, it's really hard and it takes a lot of money. So in that case, like, I would highly suggest not giving up your green card because you go through a lot of BS, red tape, bureaucracy, and it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of time to get it. Personally speaking, I would not give up that green card and just stick it out. And like I haven't lived in China, and so like as a joke, how are you going to treat Alzheimer's in China?
Well,
Is she gonna be given like ginger root tea with like licorice?
oh, another thing.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
It's not a joke. It's not a joke because funny thing is that 57-year-old woman actually believes in Chinese medicine more than Western medicine. So knowing that, why would you bring her back to the United States? Because she wasn't planning. You have to understand, Alzheimer's can't really be treated like in a way where we think it can be gone forever. It slowly gets worse and worse and worse. Where, funny enough, this woman believes that Chinese medicine actually works and better than Western medicine. But it's not saying that Chinese medicine doesn't work. It's just, I mean, you're in America. You have one of the best medical.
Yeah, don't get me wrong though. Like if you are healthy and you're like maintaining your health, I think Chinese medicine will be beneficial. Again, what I was saying before, if it's something grave like Alzheimer's, Western medicine is something that you have to look into.
I would have probably given up on the son too. Knowing my personality, you know what I mean? I would have given up on the son. Yeah.
I mean, he's old enough, but at 24, but at 24 years old, you're still a kid, no matter how you look into it. Because as a guy, we're immature still at that age.
Yeah, he should get his act together, start getting a higher paying job, or freaking do something to make more money.
I mean, he'll learn. He'll grow up and learn, definitely. Because I didn't start maturing until like the late 20s, early 30s. He's got some time to wise up.
Yeah, there's some things I would say, but like I wouldn't want to say too much because it gets
deeper.
Yeah,
it's
because
more nuanced.
Like if we coming from a Chinese background, that stuff doesn't go well. Like how he acts. I would have.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Asian parenting mode right there. I would have.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't bode well.
Yeah.
Like East Asians are like, very traditional and clear cut. But yeah, I mean, like, I want to touch up on what you were saying before, where you were saying that you need to have like get things in order beforehand. So when like something like this comes up, you're more prepared than the average. And that's what we're like wanted to teach, is that you have to get other sources of income and you can't just rely on one salary.
They're relying on the son now, the 24-year-old son with his minimum wage, with 3 people. How do you plan on that happening? Yeah, the mother's not planning on working.
And they're in the Bay Area?
Yes, in
San
the Bay
Francisco?
Area.
Like,
not in San Francisco,
like,
but in the Bay Area.
Bay Area?
Yeah,
like California. So you can't just rely on minimum wage.
One person to take care of 3 people.
No.
I don't know how that works, but
Oh no.
I would have. See, I don't know. See, at this situation, would you not continue in a 9 to 5? There's no way you can, because you're not given. The situation's much more difficult than you just quitting. I mean, you could quit, still be okay. But he isn't. He's literally, all pressure's on him. They don't have any savings. It's pretty difficult, actually, if you think about it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to step into their shoes. Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard, especially with the family dynamic. Is he like the only son?
Yep.
The firstborn?
Only son. No
Is it
father.
okay?
Single parent.
Yeah. Get a business at that point. Just go all out.
Yeah, I mean he can't give up his 9 to 5. It can't be like you give up your 9 to 5 and start something. He has to continue.
No,
working,
I mean that's like
he has to do a lot.
That's
more
like a Hail Mary at that point.
He has to do what both of us are doing at the same time, like 20x. You know what I mean? We go about 10x. He has to 20x. He has to work a 9 to 5, and he has to start like building up pillars, starting his own business, or else he's gonna literally not be able to take care of his family.
For me in that situation, I would open up a business serving other businesses and just start selling my services. Maybe start a cleaning company, get like $500 worth of cleaning products, and just start calling nonstop every day other businesses and start cleaning. Put yourself on Yelp, $5 a day as an ad, if he has that money to burn, $5 a day, and just start calling people like, hey man, you need some cleaning? I have cleaning services. Just put your name out there. It can happen. I think at that point, I don't know, just do it. It's a Hail Mary.
I would say it's he has to change his mentality, and he has to approach it in a different way, and where he will make sure that he succeeds and make sure that he doesn't fail. It's difficult. The situation's really difficult, but it's all in the mindset. Like, all I talk about is the money mindset, and he has to be willing to go all out and start playing video games all day.